Howdy folks, it's a chilly day here in Maine, so we'll do a practice that'll crank up our internal fire so we can turn down the thermostat and save some energy. If you've got shoes on, you'll be good to go. If you have socks on and you're on a wood floor, you might just want to ditch the socks so that you're in bare feet. You don't want to slip while we do this practice. So get your feet ready. Take a nice deep breath. Standing up nice and tall, let your shoulders relax down your back. Lengthen through your fingertips. Draw your belly up and in. Find a breath that moves all the way down into the base of the lungs. Expands out through the ribs, up into the chest and the upper back. With an inhale, reach the arms up into the air. Squeeze your belly, look up as you reach up. With an exhale, bring hands to press in front of the heart. From wherever you are, maybe you take a step forward so you'll have room to step back behind you. Feel all four corners of the feet touching the floor. Inner and outer edge of the front of the foot. Inner and outer edges of the heels. Shift your weight into your left foot. Lock your gaze on a still, steady point. Maybe you let the right heel lift. Maybe you let the whole right foot lift up into the air. Take a little wiggle with your toes if you're able. Some circles with your ankles. As you exhale, you'll take a big step back. Let the toes land and press back through the heel. I'll show you from the side. You're going to land in a lunge. As you arrive, put a little bend in the back knee and pull your belly up and in. You can keep that little bend in the back knee for now. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. The left knee is stacked directly over your left ankle. As you exhale, you'll bring hands towards the hips. You'll bend that back knee towards the floor. With an inhale, you'll reach the arms up into the air. Exhaling, you'll bend the elbows, bend the knee. Inhaling, you'll lengthen. We'll do a few more rounds, nice and slow and steady with your breath. Just three more. Really straighten through the elbows as you reach the arms up. Good. On the next round, as you come down, hold here for a moment. Knee is hovering above the floor. Squeeze the belly up and in. Roll the shoulders down and back. Squeeze the fists. As you inhale, you'll straighten the back leg. Tip your body forward. Reach out through the arms. As you exhale, reach the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers if you're able. Reach down through the knuckles as much as you can. You might be able to straighten the arms. This pose might look like this for you, with the elbows bent, hands touching the back body. Take another big full inhale, big full exhale. As you inhale, release the arms, reach the arms out long overhead. Exhale, bring hands to the hips. With your next inhalation, launch with the back leg. See if you can come to balance on the left foot. Your torso is tipping forwards. Your right big toe is reaching backwards in space. Kneecap is pointing right down at the ground. Take 3 slow, steady breaths. You could be way tipped over so your body's parallel with the floor. You could be up a little higher with your back toe touching the ground. With your next exhale, pull that right knee into the chest. Find your balance. As you inhale, step the right foot down to the floor. Let the shoulders relax. Take a nice big deep breath. Notice the temperature of the body. Maybe you're a little bit warmer already. Notice the pace of the breath. See if you can slow your breath way down. With an inhale, reach the arms up into the air. With an exhale, hinge and reach for the floor. You could bend the knees a lot. As you inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Hands touch something, the floor or the legs. As you exhale, hinge and fold. As you inhale, put a nice deep bend in the knees like you are sitting back into a chair. As you inhale, start to firm the belly, flatten the back. You could even rest with your elbows on the thighs. Squeeze your belly up and in. You could stay like this with the elbows on the thighs, or you might be able to reach the hands back in space by the hips. Hips are also reaching backwards. You're sending the weight as far back as you can without tipping backwards. Maybe you work just a little harder. Inhale, reach the arms out long overhead. Spine should be long and straight here. In a moment when you come up, you'll lift with your legs. Keep the belly strong. Exhale, press into the heels, come up to stand. Cross the hands in front of the belly. Interlace the fingers, wrists are crossed. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Reach down with the knuckles. Big full inhale, big full exhale. As you inhale, let the elbows widen, hands flip, knuckles land under the chin. Drag the shoulders down and back. Inhale, reach the arms wide. Send the fingernails backwards in space, opening up the front line of the arms. Exhale, bring hands to press in front of the heart. Moving to the front of your space if you need a little more room, so you have room to step back. Feet are parallel. Shoulders roll down the back. Big breath in. Big breath out. With an inhale, you start to shift the weight into the right foot. Lock your gaze on a still, steady point. Maybe you lift just the left heel. Maybe you bring the whole left foot up into the air as the knee comes towards the chest. Take a little wiggle with the toes. Some circles with your ankle. Let the foot still. On your next inhalation, slowly step that left foot back in space. Toes land, heel stays lifted. You'll put a little bend in the back knee. You'll draw the belly up and in. Drop the tailbone towards the floor so the spine can be in its nice, long, tall position. As you inhale, reach your arms up into the air. As you exhale, hands come towards the hips as that back knee bends. As you inhale, arms reach up into the air. Exhale, hands towards the hips, back knee bends. Inhale, straighten the left leg, straighten the arms. Keep going with your own breath. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Try to keep that right knee bent the whole time. Keep breathing. Good, just one more. You'll reach up on your inhale. As you exhale, you'll come down and you'll hover. Feel the heat building in the legs. Squeeze the elbows in towards the sides of the waist. Squeeze the fists. Inhale, you'll reach the torso forward, hands back. Interlace hands behind the back. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Reach back with the knuckles. Reach forward with the top of the head. With your next inhale, see if you can reach just a little bit more with the knuckles. Broaden the chest a little bit more. Squeeze your belly up and in. Inhale, reach the arms out long overhead. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, hands come to the hips. As you inhale, you'll launch forward with that left leg. You'll balance on the right foot. Remember, toes could tap the ground. Or you could come way, way, way forward so the torso is parallel with the floor. Or you could be anywhere in between. Keep reaching back with your left big toe. Try to keep your left kneecap pointing down at the floor. As you exhale, bring that left knee up into the chest. Find your balance for a moment. As you exhale, step left foot down to the floor. Let the hands release by the sides. Maybe you take a little sway of the hips from side to side. Finding stillness. Reconnect with your breath. See if you can feel the heartbeat moving in the chest. With an inhale, reach the arms up into the air. With an exhale, hinge and reach for the floor. You can let the knees softly bend. Let the head hang heavy. Take any shape with the arms that feel comfortable. Hands can touch the ground. You can take a hold of opposite elbows. Try to feel that the backs of the thighs lift up towards the sky. Remember, if you're really tight in the backs of the legs, the knees could be very bent, or you could be supporting your body with your elbows on your upper thighs. Any other variation that feels comfortable for you. If you had a wall or a chair in front of you, you could be hanging on a wall or a chair. With your next exhale, put a soft bend in the knees like you were sitting back into a chair. As you inhale, firm the belly, flatten the back. Remember, elbows could be on the thighs, hands could be on the ground. With your next inhalation, bring the hands up behind the hips, reaching the hands back in space. Keep pulling the belly up and in. Maybe you inhale, reach the arms out long overhead, really reach back, back, back with the hips. Trying to get your knees so they stack right over your ankles. We're going to lift with the legs. On an inhale, press into the feet. Arms come up, head comes up. Exhale, hands hang down by the sides. Tuck the chin into the chest. Let's take the opposite cross of the wrists. One wrist crosses over the other. Fingers interlace in front of the body. Chin tucks. On an inhale, elbows widen, hands flip, knuckles are right under the chin. With an inhalation, reach the arms open nice and wide. Exhale, bring hands to press in front of the heart. Let's take another slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. I encourage you to take a moment now, if you're able, maybe you sit in a chair or sit on the floor comfortably for a few moments. Maybe you lay down on the ground and allow the body to rest and allow the practice to integrate. However you decide to finish your practice, I wish you a day that is filled with peace and joy and happiness. Namaste.